Hi there, I'm Macy Jacob, and you're watching Off the Record with Macy and Elle. Today we're here with YULIA DUZY, an independent singer-songwriter, artist, and producer based out of Detroit, Michigan. Thanks so much for chatting with us today.
Of course.
So why don't you start by telling us a little about yourself?
Well, like you said, my name is YULIA DUZY. I have been producing my own music since I was, I'd say, 15. I would say that my genre is mostly alternative pop, working on an EP, coming out soon.
And how did you choose your stage name, and what does that name represent for you?
YULIA DUZY, I guess I want to provide some context because I have been making music for a very long time, and I finally hit an age where I wanted to kind of rebrand, and I had a lot of things to say that I felt like I had to almost be a different character in order to be able to say them. So I just fully dove into kind of the rebrand experience, and I got my brother's help to come up with a name. So we did do just a random name generator.
Okay.
And him and I were just going through the list of what sounded, what sounded the most fitting and which one stuck with me the most. And YULIA DUZY stuck with me at first because it sounded funny. It just sounded, a little interesting and
unique.
I passed it up, couldn't think of anything, and then just never left my brain. And all of a sudden I could fully picture who YULIA DUZY was. I could see the whole vision. It was just an extension of me, and there she was. She was born.
On that day.
On that day, YULIA was born.
So what was it like growing up in a small town and being an artist trying to navigate when nobody else around you has any idea what you're talking about?
Discouraging, to say the very least. Growing up in a small Midwest town,
Yeah.
in specific, there are very clear values that people focus on around you, and it's very hard to stray from them without being very outwardly perceived as strange. I was ridiculed pretty heavily, for sure.
Yeah.
But it got to me for a second, but it was pretty obvious that I just wasn't in the right crowd.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I think there are crowds of people everywhere that you can find, such as
Here.
right here.
Yeah.
Yes, we are both from the Midwest.
Yeah.
There are people out there. It's
Yeah.
not impossible.
It's just that they're not very loud.
It's hard to be. It's a lot easier to be loud when you can look right next door and have somebody be loud with you. You know what I mean?
I guess it kind of helps you to almost stand out in a way, because if you were in New York or LA, for example, everybody you meet is an artist, then it can kind of feel damn, discouraging.
Oh, absolutely. The big dream of being I'm just not made for this.
Right.
This place, I need to be somewhere else. And then you get there and suddenly you're no longer special.
Yeah.
In any way.
Yeah.
Because you're surrounded by people exactly like you.
Ego death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. But I think that's cool. Yes, it's fun to kind of realize that you're kind of an outlier and you're expressing yourself differently, and once you accept that, that's really cool and fun. But also, it's pretty empowering to surround yourself by people like you, and it can in my experience, push you further.
What do you think about the change of modern day musicians going from selling albums to make money versus now going viral on TikTok? Is that something that you're trying to do, or do you not really care to do that?
I kind of would answer yes to both of those questions
Yeah.
because it's kind of necessary.
Yeah.
When the landscape kind of adapts and changes, you have to change with it. Is it something that I always dreamed of? Like becoming TikTok, famous or going viral? No, it's not something that I had an interest in. But it's really just another tool to market because it is, at the end of the day, a business.
So what does being a queer artist mean to you?
I like being able to express myself. I also think the queer community, when it comes to the arts, is just unmatched.
Yeah.
Like the level of support, and it's super superior. Like I have never been shown so much love and support than by fellow queers. There's an energy of just like being yourself and expressing it however you want to.
Yeah.
And that is very encouraging when your passion is making things, making art. It's a very hard thing to pursue in general. So I think it's just a cool thing to even be a part of, just that community in general.
Yeah. What kind of people do you think should be listening to YULIA DUZY?
I feel like YULIA DUZY music is, mainly for the girls and the gays, of course. The girls and the gays. I don't know, it's just fun. I have a lot of fun music. I have a lot of, feel yourself and, fuck you to everybody. So whoever's angry, if you got some pent up anger and resentment towards some people, go ahead and listen to YULIA DUZY. I also have some sad, struggling internally, internal conflict. I talk about that a lot, and those are kind of universal experiences that I think a lot of people would relate to.
Yeah.
But especially young people and especially queer people, for sure.
So you produce all of your own music. Would you mind showing us a little bit of how that's done?
I sure can. I would love to.
Okay.
So, I'll show you the space.
This is awesome.
This is where all the magic is made. We'll start over here. I've got all of this mumbo jumbo happening.
You made all this?
Yes, I like to draw, scribble. It's a lot of sketching and a lot of nonsense. Just, random things that come into my brain. Here, very special, important piece, okay? This is actually my girlfriend's braid from before we shaved her head to start chemo. And all of us girlies got to take home a braid. I've got my record wall here, a lot of my faves. We have Tyler, Charlie, Mac. I'm a big Mac fan, you'll see. And then I've got my microphone where I record and do all my angry yelling.
And ad-libs.
And ad-libs, yep. Lots of yes and yes. I've got my YULIA DUZY sign.
I love this.
That was gifted to me. And then Mac artwork, some from his records.
Who's this?
Some that I purchased. This is Lady Gaga, the queen herself. I have a mild obsession with her. And this is a still from A Star is Born. Alright, so here I've got my monitor, my laptop with everything on it, my nifty desk that was crafted for me specifically.
This is awesome.
Yes, it's pretty nice. I like it. My dad made it, so, he knew exactly what equipment I was using, so it's kind of perfect for what I use it for.
What are we looking at here?
This is an unreleased project. It's not mixed or mastered yet. This is just kind of like how everything starts. This is kind of what everything looks like before it becomes, a YULIA DUZY song. And I wanted to play this intro clip of an unreleased song called Night in Montauk. It's kind of just...
I can't see anything that I don't think about you.
a good representation.
You will. You know, you will think of things, and I'll get bored with you and feel trapped, because that's what happens with me.
Okay.
And that's enough. That is that's a little snippet of what is to come for you.
That was amazing. And what was that sample from?
That is from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. An integral movie. I knew I wanted to sample a part of it eventually. I just kind of never knew the correct part until I watched it again. And that was the part that stuck with me. But yeah, this is a really fun song. I'm excited for everyone to hear it.
I'm excited to hear it.
Oh, gorgeous.
Well, I got a couple more questions for you back on the couch.
All right, let's go.
Who are you?
This is Miss Atuna Buna.
Miss Nuna. Here you go, honey.
Cat tour.
Does she have like white on her eyebrows?
She's just bald.
Oh. What a cute bald baby. If you could meet one musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
My first instinct is Lady Gaga, but I feel like Amy Winehouse should be. Like, if I have one and only one, it has to be Amy Winehouse.
What do you like, love, or relate to with Amy Winehouse?
It was just so clear that she truly did not give a shit about like anything besides making music.
Yeah.
And the music itself. And it's clear in like all her interviews, she just was so unapologetically herself and wrote music because she had things to say.
Yeah.
And it was just over way too soon, and it makes me so sad. And I don't know, I play her albums all the time.
What would you ask her? Like, what would you want to talk to her about?
I would just ask her about her, like, as a person, I think. I honestly don't even know if I would even think about asking about, like, music. I think I would just be like...
I fucking love you.
Yeah, I think I would genuinely, like, bow down, and I would just ask her about, like, her childhood and stuff. Like, I would want to have, like, a full therapy session or something. I don't know, like a heart-to-heart. I would just want to hear her speak, to be honest.
So, the last question, off the record. Is it true that your dick is bigger than your ex's?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
It sure is, yeah, if we're speaking in terms of... Yes, in all ways.
Yeah. Okay. It was so great chatting with you.
Yes.
And I can't wait to listen to your EP.
Woo! This summer, Yulia Duzy.
Yeah, and you also have some music videos happening.
I do have some music videos. Stay tuned for those with some excellent.
Yeah.
They can find me on all platforms at Yulia Duzy.
And what was your most recent song?
My most recent song was Violence.
Go stream Violence.
Yes.
Right now.
Go stream Violence. That's a great one.
Yeah, I fucking love that one.
It's great.
Thank you so much for watching Off the Record with Macy and Elle, and we will be doing some more videos soon with other indie artists. If you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments, and please, of course, go check out Yulia Duzy on all platforms. Bye!